if you have box 2 and 4 on the OID on box 1, combine it from the 1099A 2 and 4, combine those and put it on the OID in box 1. Like they're not telling you certain stuff like that. They're not telling you that you don't need to fill out anything else except for that box 1. If you are, whatever else information for the company to borrow and all that stuff like that. I have everyone that has the ebooks and stuff like that. That purchase the ebooks. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I mean, if you guys want the ebooks, you can email me at skiptheboss1@gmail or skiptheboss@gmail, and you can send me an email, whatever like that. My cash app is Skip the Boss. The ebooks are $250. If you want a consultation, it's just $100. You know what I'm saying? And you get an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, but everyone gets an hour really. Because sometimes I like to talk. But you know, and as far as like the coupons and stuff like that, when you guys are sending out the coupons, make sure that when you're sending out the coupons and they're sending them back, because a lot of you just sending in the coupons. No, that's not how you do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one of the things you want to do is, you want to send um, a copy of your authenticated birth certificate. Send a copy of that, letting them know HJR. You know what I'm saying? When they see HJR 192 and they see the copy of that birth certificate, the authenticated birth certificate, they know. You know what I'm saying? They know that you're not reliable for that death, and then you want to be able to send them like a Responders Privacy International remedy letter. Then you want to be able to send them the remittance letter, and a letter to creditor. These are the things that you need to be inputting in there. Then you also can put blank copies of your 1099A, 1099 OID, the 56 form. You can put in there the 8888 form and the 1040B form. Put all of those in there, because if they tell you, oh, the only ones who, that can, file a 1099A on behalf, which is a lie, is the lender. Okay, here go these clear copies. Here go these blank copies I'm gonna send for you to go ahead and submit this so you can go ahead and pay this debt off. A lot of you guys paying car notes or mortgages and stuff like that. You guys need to get land patents if on your house. If you guys have a car, you know what I'm saying, you need to be getting the MCO, the manufacturer's certificate of ownership. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't have you guys don't have that. You guys don't own your car. You don't own your house unless you get a land patent and you get the MCO, certificate of origin. Like they own your car, they own your house, they own all of this stuff. So until you guys start doing this stuff, becoming state nationals and everything like that, you guys are under the corporate umbrella. As long as you're under that corporate umbrella, guess what? You're gonna abide by the rules. You're gonna keep paying taxes. Y'all gonna keep going to jail. Whatever it is that they have you guys doing, you guys are gonna keep doing it because you abide by the rules and the laws that do not apply to you. Like it's not for you. It's for the dead soul that's under the corporation. The only people that are supposed to follow these laws and these rules are government employees. And as long as they created that new birth certificate for you and they killed you off, and they told you you was in the system, because you're in the system, none of these rules for a living human being don't apply to you. That's one of the reasons, again, I'm going to keep saying this throughout this live, to authenticate your birth certificate, your kids, your mothers, whoever, you need to be alive. You need to be able to access your Social Security trust account. They got millions and trillions and millions. If you guys do not go and check, at least on gmeiutility.org, at least go put your Social Security number in there with the dashes. Make sure you put the dashes. And then when it pop up, you're gonna say, oh man, I'm worth this much. And just count how many ever accounts that you have on just that platform, and just times it times a million. Because these companies playing big ball. They're not out here taking out 5,000, 2 or 3,000. No, they're taking out millions. You got companies taking out millions in your name, 20, 30 millions accessing your trust. And the thing about the Certificate via Trust Act is that they have to replace that money. So they can go borrow your money, but that money never dies. So they have to replace it. And as long as you're dead, you're not accessing it, they're going to access it. How do you think that we fund all these wars and we fund all this? How do you think Ukraine got $40 trillion? It was from us. We're paying it. Everything that goes on in America, that's the reason why this government runs on debt. They create debt. But what you guys don't understand that you have always been a creditor. You're not a debtor. The bank is the debtor. The bank, what they put in the loan, they're the one borrowing the money from your Social Security trust account. And and then giving you loan papers saying, hey, sign this. And then you go sign it, and they go say, okay, well, hey, you got this car, this house. Okay, go ahead and sign this paperwork, and then they add interest and all this stuff. You're paying them interest. Then you're paying off something that was already prepaid because they already accessed your Associated Trust account with a 1099A, and now you're sitting there paying them, and you don't even understand that they already been prepaid. You have been frauded your whole entire life, on a point to where they took you in the back and they put your little footprint on that paper, and then they sent it in the hospital, which is a funneling. A funneling is anything considered. A funneling is a hospital, fire department, a church, whatever. They pretend like they care about us and stuff like that, but they really don't. You can go drop a baby off and leave, and no charge will be filed against you. So these fundelings, these fake corporations, because they're all under the corporate umbrella, these fake companies pretend like they care for us, pretend like they care for your mother, take you in the back, put your footprint on a paper, type up a whole bunch of paper. A lot of you probably just had, kids. And they type up these papers, and guess what they do? They send it off to a probate judge. That probate judge sends it off to Commerce. Commerce sends it off to the Federal Reserve. They create all these bonds, and next thing you know, you're trading for money, and money that they never even told you that you had, or money that they don't even want to give you, because you have to do all of this research and do all of these things that we're doing now to access these funds, to access this money, to access money that's yours, because it's bound to you. Because your father was an estate, and then they go and they publicize you somewhere in some kind of newspaper or something like that, and then you have no way of even trying to, find it as the father, because if you look on the birth certificate, it's only the mother's name and the mother's address. It's not even the father's. It only has the father's name and doesn't have the father's address, because they don't want the father to be found, because the only one that can claim abandoned property, which is a stakeholder, which is your father, the only one that can reclaim you as an abandoned property is your father. They don't want him to be found. So what they do, they publicize you for like 30 days or whatever like that, and then next thing you know, boom, you disappear. You're considered dead. And then they go ahead and they already created a new birth certificate and everything for you with different, and create a whole new bond. This birth certificate has the original bond number on it. And then this one is the made up one that the probate judge went and made up. Don, okay, you're blocked. Hold on, I got a couple people to block, so you guys give me a second. Because Don T-Ford, yeah, if I'm so BS, then why is it all making sense? Do your own research. I'm telling y'all now, if I see your comments and you come in here with this bull crap and all this stuff like this, let me tell you something. If you have done the same research I have, or the same, and spent the same amount of time that I have for years, researching all of this stuff and making sure everything is adding up, then you understand, and the people that know, that have done the research, will understand and know that I am telling the truth. I mean, if I'm so full of BS or whatever like that, then why don't you just go to gmeiutility.org and put in your social security number? Once you see those bonds, I mean, how can you deny that you don't have a Associated Trust account? If you put in your social security number and you see all these companies that come up, then what are they doing? Are they waiting for you to come shake your hand or something? To see about your well-being? No, these companies are trading you. And if they're trading you, where are they getting the money from? Where are they borrowing the money from? These companies are borrowing the money from your Associated Trust account that you've been had your whole entire life. That's been created for you. That's the reason why they give you. You got the original copy of your birth certificate, and you got the fraudulent copy of your birth certificate. The one that's been created to create bonds with your social security number. And that social security number is attached to both of them. So you have more than one trust account if you really want to think about it. Even when you start a company, they give you a 9-digit EIN number. They create a Associated Trust account for that also. Hold on, I got a couple people to block. They can enjoy their time with someone else's life, because I don't want to see the comments. If I see them, you're getting blocked. Because today I got time. You said block GPR 416. I don't want these people to take up too much time from that, what I'm trying to tell you guys, but I will block them because I don't even understand why people are trying to learn. You're trying to come on someone else's platform and tell them that that they're full of it, whatever like that. I mean, if you got 1,000 users, if you got 1,000 followers, whatever like that, I'll be happy to invite you into my live so you can prove me wrong and tell me how am I wrong. Tell me how I'm a liar. Tell me how the research that I've done is not right. So please come on here. Like, tell me, like, prove me wrong. Like, people, it's so easy for people to give you a couple words and say, oh, that this person is lying, that this is not true, and all stuff like this, but they can't prove you wrong. They don't even have the knowledge or the research to prove you wrong and say, hey, that's a Sussex trust account. Your Sussex doesn't, your Sussex via trust account doesn't exist, or, this rule and this law doesn't exist. Can I please say that I am not the creator of this? I am not the creator of this. This has been created hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Your Sussex via trust account, if you look at it, why does it say Sussex via 1666 Act? I mean, why do they have HJR 192? Like, why in HJR it's telling you about debt? It's telling you about you don't have to pay debt. It's telling you about how the United States went into bankruptcy. It's telling you all of these things. So this is not something that I made up. So how am I lying? How am I lying over something that I didn't make up? That I just did the research and I'm presenting the research to you. I'm presenting everything I've done. Like I've done 1099As. I've done all this stuff. So I'm telling you that it exists. It's worth. It's there. If you don't believe it, then you don't have to be on this live to even come and try to attack me or attack the people that's following and try to misconstrue these people and making them think of something else because it's not even going to work because you don't even have enough research to even say that it's a lie or it's false or whatever like that. Because let me tell you something, I will eat you up. Because I want you to come on. I want you to, if you in these comments and you talking all this crap or whatever like that, and you got 1,000 followers, send me a request. Let me invite you in. Let me invite you in, so you can prove to the people that this is false and this is fake and that you don't have a Sussex trust account. That you can't pay bills with it. If you can't pay bills with it, then why is it called a 1099 acquisition or abandonment? So acquisition means something bought, obtained, or gained. Or obtained. Bought, obtained, or obtained. That's what acquisition means. You're not even using the abandonment part. You're not abandoning anything. They want you to abandon. But then if that's false, then why do you have the 1099-C to cancel out the debt? Why do you have a 1099? Why did the IRS create a 1099-C to cancel out debt? So you know that they're not paying no debt for you. You know that they're not going to do anything for you. So if they have a 1099-C to cancel out debt, where's that money coming from then? You know where that money's coming from? It's coming from you, because you're canceling out that debt, which is just a trust account. You're canceling out that debt. When you go and you buy a house and it's already prepaid, and you cancel out that debt, where did they get their money from? That lets you know that they already accessed your Sussex trust account. So for all the people in here saying, "Oh, you go ahead and continue to live in debt. Quit bothering other people with your ignorance. Because if you aren't trying to educate people, then what are you doing? Like, why are you on my platform with a negative, negative comments and stuff, telling people this and this and this, and you can't prove anything right to them. But you can come on here and tell people what isn't right. But you can't prove anything. You can't prove how it isn't right. And that's where we're headed. We have so many people telling you what you can't do, and not enough people telling you what you can do. Not enough people telling you how to access it, how to get it, what you need to do. The whole point of this platform isn't to try to take anything away from anyone, but to try to give you everything that I can give you with just my knowledge. And the things that I have researched and the things I've known and seen and things I've done. I'm not discouraging you to try to tell you something that I just don't know and just don't understand. Like, this is not what this platform is they don't have to worry about what they're gonna do, after high school. They got to go to college or, go sleep, go to the military, go do something now because they need to be somewhere on somebody's yacht, sipping, mojitos or something. Other countries you can drink before, 21. They could be able to buy them their own car out of their Social Security trust account, buy them their own house. This is one of the reasons why we can't get ahead because we have so many people trying to keep us back, especially the negative people. Like anybody that's not trying to push you forward and trying to hold you back, you got to get away from ASAP. Especially people that live in the past, because they don't see the future. Because look what you're focused on. So when we talk about the Social Security trust account, and we talk about how to access it, and we talk about trustees, and we talk about how to file a 1099A or 1099C, and we talk about how to do the coupon correctly, and we talk about all of these things, we talk about for a reason. Because I know that you should know that you shouldn't be in debt and you shouldn't pay any debt, and they know it. This is one of the reasons why they put all of these laws and everything already out there. They already put all of this